Welcome to Bonehead Radio on the Internet. My name's Joe Lewis.
I'm James Thomas.
I may be Chad Jennings, I'm not sure at this point in time.
And what do we call this show, Chad Jennings?
Bonehead on the radio.
On the Internet?
And on the Internet.
So if you tuned in for our last episode, we left you on a cliffhanger. In this episode, we're going to talk about why are ghosts dicks in movies, books, lots of other things, but mainly we're going to concentrate on movies today. Right, gentlemen?
Yes.
All right.
Disagree.
You disagree about what?
Something. Counterpoint.
Counterpoint to what?
Counterpoint.
Counterpoint to what?
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's my point.
I need to drink more.
All right, well, we're going to start off with the logic of ghosts in films. Why are ghosts always angry? Why are they always vengeful?
Why are they always pissed off?
Yeah, because that's really what it boils down to. Very, very few. We did come up with some exceptions. We'll talk about those first. But very few ghosts are not jerks.
Right. Why are they always angry? Chad, you're always angry. Why are you always angry?
It's a constant constipation thing that's going on here, so.
Really? Have you
Yeah.
tried prunes?
Prunes, don't do it.
What about Raisin Bran?
Ooh, I don't know if I could eat through some bunch of raisin nuts. Grape nuts?
Grape nuts?
Maybe I should try some grape nuts.
It just doesn't
What is a
sound that-
grape nut?
I don't know.
Can this
I don't even do
Let's switch.
mountain oysters.
Let's switch from our ghost dicks to what the hell is a grape nut?
I don't know, but we will proudly let Grape Nut sponsor us. This would be the Grape Nut Scarefest Hour.
Absolutely. Hashtag Scarefest. Hashtag Grape Nuts. Anyway, so back to why are ghosts dicks. Now, for most of movies, most books, you move into a house, you have a possessed kid, you got something going on, and the ghosts are just dicks. They're angry that you're there. They want you out of the house. They're switching the channels on you, not to be confused with switching channels. Burt Reynolds.
Ruining the paint job on the walls.
Ruining the paint jobs on the walls, things behind the walls.
Causing your face to melt off.
That's another one. James?
Just general issues.
General issues? Really?
There's a lot of maintenance that goes into that.
That's true.
The wallpaper starts to bleed.
Have you ever seen The
Somebody clean it up.
Changeling? The ball keeps bouncing down the stairs. Have you guys ever saw that with George C. Scott?
That's gonna keep you up.
I
know
know.
what
Is
you're
this the
talking about.
Changeling with Angelina Jolie? I didn't think there was ghosts in that movie.
Well, just the ghost of her career.
Oh, that was a little bit
Yeah.
harsh. Absolutely
I
true.
like Angelina Jolie as much as I like any other person named Angelina Jolie. But anyway, you were saying?
So, I think that the upkeep and everything that goes into having a haunted house is a big issue. But I guess one thing we probably should say is we do realize before you blow up the Twitter sphere that there are exceptions to this. I know Chad has one that he's very passionate about.
What's that?
The mid-'80s?
I don't know.
I
Tell
think
me.
it's mid-'80s. Classic ghost fever.
Now, when you use the C word, and in this case we use the C word, you mean classic.
Yes, the Citizen Kane of Citizen Kane movies.
Wouldn't Citizen Kane be the Citizen Kane of Citizen Kane movies?
No, that would be Ghost Fever.
That doesn't make any sense.
Says you.
Counterpoint.
Counterpoint.
Counterpoint. Point countered.
Checkmate.
Citizen Kane is the Citizen Kane of movies. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, Ghost Fever, it stars everybody's favorite up in the east side,
In
Sherman
the
Helmsley.
sky.
Sherman Helmsley.
Sherman Helmsley.
A brief background of this movie. A lot of people probably don't know this movie. It's an awful movie, but it's one from my childhood that I watched repeatedly for some weird
Well, the kids
perverse reason.
The kids wouldn't play with you. You
Yes.
didn't have any friends.
Yep.
And your number one imaginary friend was Sherman Hemsley.
Yeah.
Yes. So Sherman Helmsley is the star. This movie actually was post Jefferson's, pre-Amen.
Yeah. Amen. I remember
Amen.
that.
But
He played a deacon,
it's
right?
actually
Yes.
he's a deacon. It's actually famous the fact that Sherman Hemsley actually went bankrupt financing this. This was supposed to be his big jump into movies. It's also one of the mini movies made by Alan Smithy. And for those who aren't aware of who Alan Smithy is, it's a pseudonym by directors who do not want to put their name on movies because they are going to be so terrible.
I thought a pseudonym was another word that means the same.
James,
that
you're the doctor in this group.
Let's move on. I am a doctor, but I can't fix what's wrong with people.
Anyway, so he went broke making this movie. The director took his name off, replaced it with Alan Smithy, and this was actually the director's last movie. So what this movie is about two police detectives issuing an eviction notice, which, by the way,
And you haven't seen this in, what, 20 years?
No, it's probably about 3 or 4 years.
Oh, you've actually seen it in the last 3 or 4 years?
I actually went and sought it out.
Because I haven't seen it in 20 years.
I believe it was actually on Netflix for a very short period of time.
All I remember is there's a boxing match or something.
Yes, there's a boxing match with a ghost.
Okay. That's all I remember.
Yes.
Ghost Fever about.
Yes. If he lives, he lives.
And the two southern ghost women.
And that's the counterpoint to the ghosts are always angry. There's two southern belles who want Sherman Helmsley and his sidekick to stay with because they're lonely and they think that Sherman Helmsley is the peak of male perfection.
I mean, and he was. I thought that's what Wheezy said.
Yes.
Anyway, this movie sucks, dude.
I love it.
I mean, even you telling about it, trying to be funny, it sucks.
No, it is amazingly awful.
I haven't seen it in 20 years, I'm sure.
We need to watch it because our other person here, James Thomas, has never seen it.
Dr. Thomas, you've never seen Ghost Fever?
No, I was watching The Seventh Seal, but obviously I chose a lesser film. I'm so sorry. Bergman, suck it. Smithy made a better.
I don't know why. I don't know why you like the Demi Moore film.
You stole my joke.
I'm going to throw punch the both.
Jürgen Prochnow played Jesus in that. Just going to throw that out there. Once again, every time. Anyway, moving right along. Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's move on.
All right. What's another movie where the ghosts aren't evil?
Well, I don't know if we can even say that he's really a ghost. Ghost Dad. Which most people will know Ghost Dad.
What else would he be? He died, he was a ghost.
And he came back.
But he came back.
But he went back into his body.
But the body wasn't officially fully dead, was it? It's not like he's in the morgue getting his organs.
I don't remember this.
He's in a coma.
Leonard Part 6 was always the better of those two Bill Cosby movies.
There's some weird Christopher Lloyd looking man who's...
There is?
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that.
He's in a coma. So
does he ride an ostrich in this, or is that Leonard Part 6?
I've actually never seen Leonard Part 6.
Oh my god, he rides an ostrich in that. He jumps off a building.
So it's Joust the movie? Anybody Joust the video game where you're at an ostrich?
Yeah. You mean the American Gladiator?
Ghost Dad.
Ghost Dad.
Let's get back to Ghost Dad.
We're talking about Ghost Dad. But Ghost Dad, so is he really a ghost? I would argue, because he's obviously not out to hurt his kids. He wants to reunite his family, whatever. I don't know, whatever that subplot is. So you could argue that he's not a bad ghost, but I want to say he's not a ghost.
But he's not a good person because he's played by who?
A pre-media known rapey...
we didn't know rapey Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just be honest here.
Yeah, well, and it's not...
Bill Cosby was never known for his films other than Mother Jugs
and Speed.
Which, by the way,
underappreciated.
whether you hate Bill Cosby or not, check out Mother Jugs and Speed. Does not have a ghost in it, but it does have a horny Larry Hagman.
Yeah. So,
Jr.
Jim from Dallas.
So there you go. That's Ghost Dad. So I'm gonna go ahead and disqualify Ghost Dad. He's not a real ghost. He's a limbo psychic manifestation of crap.
All right. Next on the list is
The Others.
Now, why are the others not evil? Because Chad and I agree with this.
It's awful.
I don't know if it's awful, but I think it's extremely overrated.
I enjoy it.
And I think it's boring.
I think it's pretty. I think it's a well-made film.
I've met a lot of pretty people. That doesn't mean they're interesting.
But they are well-made.
Ooh, he's got me there.
So anyway,
I would not call the others stacked.
The others stacked again. No, the others. You could argue it's kind of an adaptation, or it's a turn on a turn of the screw.
Turn of the Screw?
Yeah.
Not the Taming of the Shrew.
Okay, I thought that's where he was going.
You're getting
You're getting your James and your Shakespeare and your Shakespeare and your
You're
James.
getting Henry and Willie the
that
Shake.
bourbon's like really kicking in right now.
Oh yeah. Well,
Why are you slurring your speech so badly?
me?
Yeah.
I didn't know I was.
Stop. I don't understand what you're saying.
I
Anyway.
am not slurring my speech.
Anyway,
Oh,
the others.
no.
oh, okay. Perfect.
There you
James,
go.
get to a point, please.
Yes,
The
Jesus.
others. It's they not to ruin the film for anybody. There are ghosts involved. Spoiler alert. It's the protagonist.
Oh my God! I didn't know.
Yes,
Nicole Kidman was dead the whole time.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
But she's not a bad ghost because she's trying to protect her kids that she thinks have an allergy to sun. It just turns out they're already dead.
Everybody's dead.
Okay.
Everybody's dead. Everybody.
What?
Nothing.
What were we gonna say?
I just want to move on to the next
Mo
one.
Green.
I really don't like others.
The
I don't
others.
care for
the
it.
others. You know who's dead in the others? Mo Green, Tatalia.
Barzini,
and the
rest of the five families.
They're all dead.
All deader in hell.
But they're not bad ghosts.
He's
Moving
dead.
on.
He deader in hell.
Moving on.
The Funky Phantom.
Funky Phantom.
So when you brought this up, I literally thought we were talking about a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
It is a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
Yes.
I
The
thought it
Funky
was a
Phantom.
movie. I thought it
Oh,
was a
no,
movie.
by the way, the
Movie.
Funky Phantom, and seriously, as far as history of cartoons that have kind of a violent origin, the true story behind the true story
Christmas.
between
Oh, here we
the
go.
Funky Phantom.
I
Do you
need to
know where
have
the
a drink for this.
Do you know how the Funky Phantom died? The
Exorcism.
Redcoats were coming for him. He's a Revolutionary era ghost who was a coward, and he hides out in a mansion. He locks himself in a clock.
You really should put down that razor blade, Chad.
With his cat Boo. Now the cat's not named Boo until he dies. I don't know what the cat's name was before. But he locks himself in there to save him, hide himself from these two redcoats, but then he realizes he can't get out. Nor can the cat. And they both
You're
die.
Bob Dolan that pen really tightly. I gotta tell you.
If
They
you-
both
if-
die, Chad.
If you're
They
listening to
both
this,
die.
he's holding a pen. This is stupid.
So-
Why the hell did you bring it up?
Well, because he's not a bad ghost. Because
Oh,
when
God.
he gets freed by some 1970s era teen, it's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. They may
So
have
you
been-
just basically brought up a more obscure Casper. That's what you
no,
just did.
it's literally take the.
Take the money and run.
I would if I could. Take Scooby Doo, and instead of a dog, you have a ghost, and his pet ghost cat.
Boo.
I prefer Jabberjaw. There, I said it.
Jabber, 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 jabber,
Jab,
jabber,
jab,
jabber,
jab,
jabber,
jab, jab,
jaws.
Anyway, so that's true.
Hashtag Hanna-Barbera.
but that being
Hashtag
said-
shitty animation.
Yes.
That being said, despite its very dark origins, he goes on to help them solve crimes. There's no logic for him to do that. There's no reason given. He's freed from the clock. as a
Everybody
ghost.
Everybody does that in the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. They
Oh, yeah.
always end up trying to solve crimes.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Or
And-
they're the Jetsons.
yeah.
Or Flintstones. But I mean, yes, outside
Well,
the...
a few times Barney solved a couple of problems, as I recall.
Why isn't there a Wilma or a Betty vitamin eventually solved?
Oh, okay.
Let's skip to the
So
next
yes,
one.
the Funky Phantom, the gay ghost. Gay
Does that
ghost?
mean happy?
Wait, what the heck?
The gay
I
ghost?
must have missed this conversation.
Is he jolly?
He is actually not. He is a DC Comics character where he was trapped in Ireland in a castle forever until his true love came back, who of course died as well. And then her great granddaughter came back, and he realized he had the ability to possess other people to save people, and so he possesses people.
Why is he gay?
You just came up with that's you sure you're not meaning Dead Man?
Nope. Look it up. 1940s and 50s. Gay ghost. It's now referred to for some reason DC Comics.
But we're talking gay isn't happy.
Okay.
Yeah, and the DC Comics back in the in modern day recreated him as the Grim Ghost. I don't know why. It's
Why did you let James do all the
I
talking for this
don't
episode?
know. He just got into it. Let's move right along to Blackbeard's Ghost. What
the
a hero.
greatest Disney
Yeah.
Hold on.
movie of all time?
I'm gonna take a nap. Y'all go ahead.
Blackbeard's Ghost.
Actually, I do have a sub point on this, real quick. Blackbeard's Ghost. Have you ever seen it?
don't know what is some point.
How was it
No.
a sub point if you're still talking about the topic that got brought up?
Actually, of the Disney movies of this era, what is it with them trying to save high school and college sports teams? There's a Flubber movie about that.
They're the World's Strongest Man.
World's Strongest Man.
All those Kurt Russell movies all had
Why-
the same plot.
Yeah, why are they always? What in the world was going on in the 1970s that everybody's like, you know what the big trouble is right now? We've got to
You
save
can make
college
the
sports.
same damn argument about every 80s movie. Why does everybody have to save the ski school? Why does everybody have to save the
From the
summer
rich
house
kids.
from the rich kids?
I don't.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but that's kind of what. So anyway, Blackbeard's Ghost. He now that being said, it's self-serving. He has to help the guy, Dean Jones. He has to help Dean Jones's character in order to finally get to cross onto the afterlife.
Dean Jones, Chad.
I'm in my own world right now.
Nakatomi.
So,
Never
Black
forget,
Bear's
never
ghost,
forget.
not a bad ghost, but self-serving. Moving on.
Dean Jones. All right. Those are the ghosts that we could think of that didn't have a dick agenda. And what I mean by dick agenda, it's not a sex thing.
Or a Bill Cosby thing.
Or a Bill Cosby thing, which he also had a dick agenda as well. It's an agenda where they're just dicks and just mean, just pissy. Why are you showing up at my castle? I'm going to attack you. I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you the C word if it's the end of the entity, right? Which no one else has saw but me.
California? You're on the California?
Yeah, they're going to call him a Californian. That's the C word. Go around the office asking, I don't understand why people get upset about the C word.
Look, we make avocados. We're better than you.
Millennials.
And now they won't let us travel to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. We'll just tell everybody where we're broadcasting from today.
Does it matter?
No, not really.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right, movies to discuss.
All right, so what's the first ghost picture? Are we going to go, Joe, which one?
Go with it. Go with it. Army of Darkness.
It's your passion one, Chad. Hit it.
Well, no, so...
There's things
well,
that drive you crazy, right?
Yeah, there's things that drive me crazy, and Army of Darkness, though, it's one of the movies that I love dearly.
He doesn't love it that dearly.
I really do love it.
He loves it carnally.
You know,
With his
background
penis.
story of a personal Army of Darkness. I didn't when it first came out, I didn't realize it was part 3 of a trilogy.
I saw it in the theater and didn't know that.
Yeah, but you'd seen Evil Dead and Evil Dead
I didn't
2.
see him until after Army of Darkness.
Oh, really?
No, I
did
actually
not.
I saw Army of Darkness. I can tell you, I saw it on a Friday night, probably on Fox. I don't remember what the show was, but it was a commercial, and I was like, I gotta see that. I made my mom drive me to London,
Yeah.
which is only for you all,
Not,
it's like an hour and a
not
half.
in England.
Well, yeah, she would have needed some sort of submarine
Yes.
or boat apparatus. to
Yellow
drive me there.
submarine.
Yeah,
But,
we all live.
But no, so yeah, I didn't know it was part 3 of a trilogy. But you know that whole opening, it really left me confused as to how they just left that whole opening and made it. And then I found out later
Yeah,
that it was told 2 different ways.
2 different ways.
But anyway, one of the things that bugs me about Army of Darkness are the skeletons.
But skeletons are really cool.
They are cool, but however, it always bugs me in movies when you see skeletons moving around with no muscles, no tendons.
But
how
they're
are they moving
ghost
around?
skeletons.
And then I came up with this whole conspiracy theory. So I'm having to connect them to another movie, one of the other movies I love called The Frighteners. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Peter Jackson.
Where these 2 ghosts are holding a skeleton and scaring all these people in a museum to let their friend, the alive Michael J. Fox, escape. So I'm just thinking, are all these skeletons really being controlled by 2 ghosts? And if so, how did they get beat so badly? Because it technically is 2... badly.
He thrusts his fist.
Yeah. So badly when there's technically way more ghosts than there are skeletons.
I swear to God,
And it
I
just
don't know
bothered
that
me.
I don't know that I picked up anything about halfway on.
But
Could it just be one ghost that is inside the skeleton movie? It doesn't have
Why
to
is
be
there a
2?
problem with walking, talking skeletons? So you're
because
fine
they
with-
they do not follow the laws of physics.
Well, neither does
Or
a guy
anatomy.
who cuts off his hand and travels through time, beating demons.
Why not?
does the
That
skeleton
makes perfect
part?
sense.
How does that make perfect sense?
Because it's cool.
It is cool. So are skeletons.
Skeletons
Jason
are not
and the
cool.
Argonauts.
Like-
Jason and the Argonauts. The whole fight scene.
Is lame. Because
Holy shit!
How are those skeletons
That's
holding up?
Harryhausen, right?
That's
How-
Ray Harryhausen.
Yeah, but
how
that's
is that lame?
Because how are these skeletons holding a really heavy metal sword if they don't have the
How does
muscle mass?
Medusa
to-
doesn't even exist? None of this crap exists. Why do you have a problem with the skeletons?
Because there's no rhyme or reason for these skeletons to be able to be walking around.
there's no rhyme or reason for Kondarian demons to come back either.
What'd you call me?
The C word.
You bastard.
It's Kondarian.
I
Kondarian.
do love me some guacamole.
I heard that about you. Anyway, I just don't get it because I think there's so many great skeleton scenes. The one it's
And
Harryhausen.
it bothers me every time I see him. Oh, a walking skeleton. Why the hell is that thing walking around?
And it gets up and coughs in Army of Darkness. It's hilarious.
But why does it cough? No lungs.
It doesn't matter. It's cool, man.
Dang.
So wait, I get a question about this. well, I'll jump back to another Disney movie. How do you feel about the suits of armor moving in Bedknobs and Broomsticks? Because that's one of my favorite scenes.
Oh God,
I don't know that I've seen it in so long that I don't remember.
I hate Angela Lansbury.
What? Did she come to your town and somebody died? That's what it is, isn't it?
Matlock and her showed up at the same time.
She was a horrible human being.
Then
The
holy
Manchurian
shit,
Candidate.
somebody's dead. Nobody ever
That's still
arrested her, though.
I don't care what anybody says. Her best role, Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah, that is
Best
her best
role.
role. That is her best role. The evil
Period.
mother. Right?
Yes.
She's the Manchurian
So
Candidate's evil mom.
she's Liev Schreiber's most evil mother.
So she's
You're getting two different movies there. You dick. Liv Schreiber's in the remake.
I was glad. I'm glad
Holy
somebody picked that
crap,
one
who
up.
is the guy in the
I can't
original? I
remember.
can't
If you get nothing from this, what we want you to take away is Angela Lansbury. She's one bad mother.
Shut
Shut
your
your
mouth. Anyway, so Army of Darkness, you have a problem with that
Yeah.
because of skeletons.
Because of skeletons.
What was our problem with Wraith? Has anybody ever seen Wraith?
No,
I've seen Wraith.
It was just.
Wraith is,
It's a movie with starring Charlie Sheen,
which makes it
Which-
automatically.
and for some reason,
Which means it stars no one.
for some reason he's a ghost who has a sports car.
And then, well, he's using the car to kill the people
Kill
that
the
killed
people
him,
that kill the people that killed him.
which is not to be confused with another movie called The Car,
Which is about a demon.
in a car,
You mean, and then not to be confused with Christine.
which is about another car.
That's a demon.
Kind
No,
of, sort
Or
of.
is
And
it
it
a
depends on if you go by the movie or the book.
It's possessed, isn't it?
It's kind of. In the book, it's a combination of kind of both.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just read the book a few months ago. I'd never actually read it.
I love
So-
how the topic of our episode was how ghosts are dicks, and we're still not really.
Well, no,
delving into that
we're getting
topic.
there though. I mean,
We
because-
have. We've talked about most of them. Most of them start out as dicks, and
Well,
there's very
and
few
that's-
nice ones.
And you could actually make that
And Charlie Sheen is the biggest dick of all. Ah, I see how we got this going.
No, well,
I don't understand
You could
what
make
this
that
has
comment
got
with
to
the
do.
Wraith though, because here's the thing about the Wraith or any car picture.
Have you seen The Wraith?
I have. It's been a while. But yes, I have seen
since
it.
I was a kid too.
I've seen it within the past 6 years.
Yeah,
I haven't.
I'm with James.
But the Wraith, the thing about the Wraith is, and what you never see the fallout from this. So he kills 4 people on the highway, and all I can think about is it's going to happen the time I'm trying to come home from work.
Technically, he didn't kill him on the highway. Technically, he killed Clint Howard in a building.
Clint Howard's
Sorry
in
to
that?
correct you.
Clint Howard's in that?
Yes.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
He's the first one to die.
And I remember the box. That's what she said.
I just wanted to correct James real quick.
Oh, okay.
But, well, I'm sorry, but he does kill some people on the road, correct?
Yes, he kills some people on the road.
Well,
but
that
you said he
means-
killed everybody on the road. He
sorry,
didn't kill everybody.
Buttercup.
He
What I'm
killed
saying-
You mean he killed everyone that's on the road?
Dr.
Or killed
Thomas-
everyone that he killed happened to be on the road?
Dr. Thomas Esquire, Dickhead MD.
Doctor. Dickhead MD.
Hold on.
Why don't you tell me what's ailing me, Dr.
Ralph, I had to say a
Dickhead?
lot. Anyway, no, my point is being, though, all of this stuff is going
Point
to happen.
countered.
Here's why the Wraith automatically has to be a jerk, though. If he's just getting vengeance on those that killed him,
Yeah?
okay, that's a jerk thing to do. You should bygones be bygones, whatever.
I don't know.
But the other side of that is there's some guy, probably me, just trying to get home to eat dinner, and you've killed 4 people on interstate. You know
What do
they
you
have
have for
to
dinner that
investigate
night?
that. I
What'd
don't
you have for
know.
dinner?
Probably hamburger helper. No,
Did you have
no.
tater tots?
Why do you want tater tots? What is it with tater tots?
Tater tots are fantastic.
Anyway, the
What's the
point
difference
being,
between a tater tot and a French fry?
Tater tots are better.
Why are they better? They're just chopped up
God.
taters.
The point being
I
that
can't
the
talk to
road
this
crew
man.
is going to have to come out and clean up.
Counterpoint.
The point is
Point
that
countered.
the point is that the road crew is going to have to come out and clean off entrails or whatever off the road.
And yeah.
That's going to shut down the road for a while. I'm going to miss dinner. That's being a
So
jerk.
because you are a
But why would you care if
Yuppie.
he didn't have tater tots?
yuppie, middle management, people sitting in their Camrys and their Hondas, pissed off because they can't get
Yeah,
home.
they can't get home.
Pick
That's a
up the
jerk
kid at
thing to do.
daycare.
Yeah, and then you're paying the overage fee, which is
Oh,
a crime.
well, yeah, that's a crime. Absolutely.
So you're a jerk for killing them on the roadway.
right.
Go into their house where you're not going to delay traffic and kill
murder
those
them.
people.
Murder them in their homes.
Get your vengeance.
Make
That's fine.
ghost houses.
That's fine. Yeah. That's
Right.
fine. But don't delay arrest. That's a jerk thing to do. So that's why the Wraith is a jerk.
I'm surprised James hasn't gone off on a tangent like he did with Jeepers Creepers about how the Wraith didn't get. How is he driving around in that car without tags?
Does it have tags? Look it up.
I don't know.
But why are you
haven't
going
watched
on
it.
about Jeepers Creepers?
Look
We
it
did
up.
Jeepers Creepers last episode.
I-
Next, Sleepy Hollow. We're talking about the Tim Burton version, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I said,
Well, we could talk about.
You talk about it.
I actually love the Disney version. I watch it
I
once a
prefer
year.
the Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters animated version.
Really?
He's on a motorcycle.
But you know, oh my
Oh,
God! That's not the
Kolchak.
only time. Kolchak had a whole episode of Sleepy Hollow, and you know who
Oh,
wrote that?
is that Zemeckis?
It was Zemeckis and Bob Gale, the same two people that wrote Back to the Future, used
wow.
cars. They wrote that episode, by the way,
Cool.
of and it's Kolchak, and it's clearly the things up here because
Yeah.
their shoulders are 6 inches too tall
Yeah.
to cover up the head.
Johnny Long Torso became.
Johnny Long Torso. Let's
Became-
get Johnny LT in here.
He's going to be our headless horseman.
So what the hell? I love the Disney Sleepy Hollow,
No, I think that's it.
but I also like
But
the Tim
still,
Burton one.
yeah, but still. So let's talk about the headless horseman. About how he's a
Dick.
So he goes around. So in the Tim Burton version, he cuts people's. So in the Tim Burton version, he cuts people's heads off. Correct.
Yeah,
But he is
In the
being
Disney
controlled.
animated version, he just throws pumpkins at him.
He is being controlled in the Tim Burton version by somebody that's alive.
Well, I mean, they had Bing Crosby narrating the Disney one.
Name another crooner better than Bing. You can't do it. Nobody can name two crooners.
Oh no, I couldn't. I guess Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin.
Are those considered
Are those
crooners?
I don't know. Why are we talking about crooners? We're supposed to be talking about like ghost or dicks.
Well, he brought it up, and
I
he's
know
got a
it.
doctor. He's a Dr. Dickhead. Dr. Jerkface. Anyway. But, yeah, back to it. I don't know. Well, in the Disney version, of course, he can't see people's heads lopped off. It's the Disney version. Bing could come in and beat the kids with some oranges.
Sweet Valencia oranges.
Valencia oranges. Ba 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 boo.
But the other side of that though is if you look at the original story, make it a little bit literary for a moment. Oh my God! I knew that was going to happen.
Are you going to try to smother yourself again?
No, I'm just going to take a really long nap.
You're getting paid for this.
I am?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
And hug coupons.
Hugs. Hugs involve my penis. I hope you're okay with that. I don't know that it's technically called a hug.
So anyway,
But no, in the book there's also, or in the story, it's not a full book. There's the entire comment about how he's a bachelor and all that. And one of the last lines is being a bachelor and then nobody's particular dead. Nobody worried their head about him.
Right.
So that begs the question: is if he's just
I forgot we're on a podcast. The audience doesn't know that I'm sitting here shaking my head.
How do you say you're shaking your head? You just go, I am now shaking my head.
To the left.
To the right. To the left. To the
Oh
right.
my God! He licked me. He licked me.
Point. Counterpoint.
Anyway.
Hardball.
Anyway, so he's a dick. He enjoyed cutting people's heads off. He cuts people's heads off. Oh God, why do I show up for this shit? Anyway,
Nothing better to do.
nothing better to do. But in the Tim Burton version, somebody's making him kill people later after he's dead, right? They
bring him back. I mean,
they bring him back to do the
He
murder.
didn't necessarily want to come back.
And that's not in the book or anything.
No,
that's also not in the Disney version.
No. So I mean, you could.
So he's not not a dick. He's being told to do that.
No,
Yeah.
he was. I think it was established that he was a dick. Before
No,
Dick before he was a ghost. He was a Hessian
Yes.
soldier who enjoyed war,
And
right?
cutting people's heads off.
Yes.
Or did
Yes, he
or
cut
was he-
people's heads off for fun
While
and
he was
profit.
a ghost.
For fun and profit.
He wasn't a ghost. He was alive. As a
And-
person, he's a dick.
and he
As
was-
a ghost, he's a victim.
He was dead. I was saying he was dead.
He's a victim in the Tim Burton version.
Perhaps burning in purgatory's flames. I don't know, perdition,
Whatever you got.
And then he gets pulled back from that, and I don't know.
Where'd you go?
I forget her name.
Christina Ricci.
No,
You have a crush
I
on
will
her.
never forget Christina
The
Ricci,
evil
the
witch.
evil witch woman, witchy woman.
Who gives a damn?
It doesn't matter what her name is, but what I'm saying is she's the one making him do it. Maybe he was happy in perdition.
Maybe he was. I'm just saying, as a person, you could be a dick, but as a ghost, I think he's the victim in that particular story.
In that particular telling.
So, what about the Sixth Sense? What is wrong with the Sixth Sense?
So here's a background story on my version of the
Oh
Sixth
my
Sense.
God! I've only heard this 5,000 times.
So
How dry it? Wait, go ahead.
So before I got to, and by the way, spoilers if you haven't seen the Sixth Sense,
Go out and eat a bullet.
yeah,
Just eat it.
So it was revealed to me because I'm getting ready to tell you the ending.
Yeah.
It was revealed to me before I even saw the movie that Bruce Willis was dead.
In real life.
So my whole theory is that movie. The only reason that movie was so popular is because at the time, there really weren't a whole lot of twist ending movies going on.
No, that's true. That's true. You're
so
right.
That's why that movie gained such popularity, is because it had that well, at the time, really great twist ending. However, for somebody who that was ruined for, and I watched the movie, every time I was like, oh well, that's why that's going on, because he's dead and she's not hearing him and all this, and it was just not there for me. The movie did not particularly. I did not care for it.
So it's ruined for you by somebody that's alive. So maybe this isn't a movie. This is once again the human beings are the jerk.
Well, he doesn't know that he's dead, so it may be one of those, because he doesn't know he's dead.
Really,
and then all these ghosts are looking for help.
None of these ghosts are. Well, the one that hurts the boy when he's locked into the thing. I guess technically he's a jackass. He or she, I guess.
I don't remember that part.
Where the bully locks him in the thing that beats the
grabs
crap
his
out of
arm.
him.
And the flip side of this is around the same time we got Stir of Echoes, which is another ghost that's just in pain.
But nobody ever. That wasn't a big movie though.
No, but I was just saying.
And that's based on a Richard Matheson book,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
That's another one though where you can make the argument that yes, she hurts people, but it's because she's lashing out because she's trying to get somebody to put her to rest.
It's been a long time since I saw that. My two favorite Matheson books are Hell House and I Am Legend, but that's neither here nor Hell House. The ghosts are dicks. The ghost is a dick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But next one, the big one, and a lot of kids or a lot of people our age loved this movie, Poltergeist, right? Because it played on HBO 5 billion times, and then TBS.
Well, I'd say TBS, and I never saw it on HBO, but I think there's a certain amount of people that feeds into their fear of clowns too.
I think so, probably. Yeah. I don't have. We could do a whole episode
Indian
on
graveyards. A lot of fear of Indian graveyards.
I actually enjoy those.
You would.
Yeah, but just the Indian ones.
Yeah, just the
Native American ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. I mean, I just think a lot of people our age have something. And the thing is, in the remake, they just didn't capture that.
There's so many scenes where the ghosts do things that are so jerk-like. And the one that jumps out at me, when I saw Poltergeist for the first time unedited, not on TBS. Where the guy goes to splash water in his face or whatever.
That's the only scene in that movie that actually terrified me.
That's the one where all of a sudden everything is...
Where he rips his skin off?
Yeah. Because I'm not afraid of clowns.
None of that.
None of that stuff.
I'm not afraid of clowns, but clowns are innately creepy.
Well,
there's a difference. It's a weird thing, man.
Yeah,
grown men putting on makeup, fiddling with kids.
And women.
Fiddling with kids. If I pitched it to you that way, you would not do it. But let's hire a clown and we're all cool with it.
Well, not all of us. But I see what you're saying.
They're weird. But Santa Claus is weird too, but that's another topic.
Yeah, that'll be the Christmas episode.
That's a Christmas episode.
Santa Claus.
Let's talk about why Santa Claus is a dick.
Why is our viewership all of a sudden going down? Anyway, Poltergeist is another one. But again, you can make the argument that they did move the headstones, but they didn't move the bodies. I mean...
That's true.
They're lashing out.
They're lashing out because somebody's clearly on top. They moved into their spot. Yeah, I guess that's true. They're kind of victims in a way as well. Unless you follow up with the sequels.
I was saying, maybe this is going to end up with us having to realize that people are the real monsters. Think about it, won't you?
Oh, God, he did it. He threw it in there. He managed to get it in there. That and Citizen Kane being the Citizen Kane of Citizen Kane movies.
Actually, the Seventh Seal is the Citizen Kane
of Citizen Kane movies. Why is it Citizen Kane?
Bringing up Demi Moore. Ha ha! I got to do it this time.
But Poltergeist, yeah, you're right. If you just take the first one, but they made sequels explaining how there was a not very good. They're not very good sequels, but how there was a preacher. He lured them there, and it's kind of a Jim Jones cult, right? And they all ritually commit suicide, and explains all that. And Chad has a problem with what scene in Poltergeist 2? The Other Side. That's the name of it, right? The Other Side.
The scene where Craig T. Nelson drinks the possessed tequila worm.
On a special episode of Coach.
Yes. I don't understand.
Dauber, put that down!
I don't understand how drinking a worm causes him to completely flip out of control.
Have you ever drank a worm? By the time you made it to the bottom of it, I'd be out of my gorehead mind.
I would never drink a worm.
If you drank a whole bottle of tequila and made it to there, you're
possessed as well.
You're possessed, yes. You got demons running all
are all up in you.
By the way, did Craig T. Nelson go, oh, look, there's a worm in here. I'm going to gulp that son of a bitch down.
I once again tell you,
what is wrong with him?
Bottle here, he gets to here.
You're speaking to the
you're
angels.
yes, you're talking to. You can taste colors.
So yeah, I don't get it. Just that anyway. But
Anyway, Conjuring.
Conjuring,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are dicks.
Yeah, there's no redemption for them.
No.
Sorry, Conjuring ghosts, you jerks.
So somebody's got to tell me because I haven't seen that movie. Is there a reason?
You've never seen The Conjuring?
Never seen it.
Oh, it's really good.
Is there a reason why they're jerks?
No, not really.
There's no
They end up
explanation.
possessing the mother, actually, and
But is there no explanation as to why they're there and why they're being meanies?
No.
Being little meanies.
It's based on, is it Lorraine and what is the
Warren?
Lorraine, the Warrens?
They're bullcrap stories. Yes.
Well, see, and I don't want to pull James into this, but I feel comfortable saying that 2 out of the 3 Bonehead people think all of that is horseshit, right?
Yeah.
We don't believe in the paranormal,
No.
or ghosts, or demons, or goblins. Well, goblins. We've seen lots of goblins.
Yes, we've seen
Lots of goblins out there.
I like to spend time under bridges.
Yeah.
Those are trolls.
Those are trolls, and
Why the hell did he call me Mr.? Why did he call himself Mr. Goblin Pants?
He wanted you to gobble his pants.
He wanted you to gobble what was in his pants. Yes.
Anyway, my personal feeling on that is
Chad blew a hobo.
there's a lot of stuff I can't explain, so I'm not quick to say there's no chance any of that's out there. Do I stay awake worrying about it? Do I worry that my home is possessed?
Yes.
No, I don't. I really don't. So I'm not one that can say it's absolutely nothing. So that I am the one that is like, meh. But no. So yeah, the Conjuring. Yeah, they're jerks.
It's a bullshit story to begin with, but it's based on a halfway kind of happened bullshit story. So I guess is a way to put it. And the Warrens show up to help this family. The house is possessed, whatnot, or something like that, and then they end up going through it all. It's a fun movie.
The Warrens would be also.
The Warrens did exist.
They did exist. I believe she's still alive. Is that correct?
She's still alive. They are also linked to the Amityville.
Amityville.
House.
I was going to say because that's the one. If you watch The Conjuring, they have a line something like, "We don't want to do it again. Not since the last time. The last time is
the Amityville House.
House. And they never say it.
I was wondering if we were going to bring up the Amityville House.
Well, we could. Let's see what the next one we have. Mickey Mouse. We have Ghost Chasers. That's a classic cartoon.
Yeah.
Those ghosts are fun dicks.
Yeah, they are. But they're jerks. They want to lure them there just to mess with them.
Right. If you've ever seen the classic Walt Disney cartoon with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. And they are ghost busters, chasers,
Ghost
smashers.
Chasers is the name of the episode.
There's all kinds of different names of those things before Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters made it famous in the 80s, right? Mm-hmm. So, and the ghosts lure them there just to be jerks to them.
But because they have advertised that they are ghost exterminators.
Ghost exterminators.
And the ghosts actually call them, so they are being intentionally jerks. They call them up and say, "Hey, will you please come? We've got ghosts." And then they'll say they just mess with them.
So let's talk about Ghostbusters real quick while we have a chance.
Because it's the only thing we all agree on.
Yeah, well, because we brought this we talked about this. Why are the Ghostbusters busting ghosts anyway? Why are they seeking out and containing these ghosts? The ghosts really aren't doing anything wrong.
Well, they're causing havoc.
No, they're not causing that. Look,
Slimer causes havoc.
All he's doing is eating.
And
if they would have just let
sliming.
him... No,
does Slimer cause any more damage than the Ghostbusters themselves?
No, that's the joke.
If they would have just let him
that's
eat,
the joke in the
if they would have just let him eat, he would have been fine. The first ghost, well, they didn't really bust her.
The librarian ghost, they just run away.
They just run away. They never actually go back.
Grab her.
I just never realized.
Yeah.
She's technically, all she wants to do is read books and be left alone.
That's it. That's true.
That's it.
That's a good point.
So why?
What about Gozer?
Technically,
she's an interdimensional being.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
And she's manipulating the ghost.
That's true.
So once again, maybe it's the ghost.
The ghosts are the real victims in Ghostbusters.
You feel
is my point.
That's kind of interesting. I think the same thing about Gremlins, though. If you watch Gremlins, she's the one that attacks them when they come in. And they're making a mess in the house, or Billy's mother.
Yeah.
But she's the one that throws the one in the microwave and turns it on. She's the one that starts shit with
What about
Gremlins.
the old lady that they shoot through the roof?
Well, she's a dick.
Well, I know, but she didn't really...
I said, well, and that, what I'm talking about is earlier. Maybe they're pissed off about Carl who got through in the microwave, and everybody really liked Carl.
He was the one gremlin doctor.
Carl was the one. Carl was the one. He was the one that was going to raise them upon high in the gremlin pantheon. I don't know.
He was going to help them out, Chad.
And he was. Carl was the nice one, and bitch threw him in the microwave.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Anyway, but you're right, probably a little bit about Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
Well,
the ghosts are the
but
victims.
even if you think about it, even in the beginning, the one cab driver, the guy gets in, take me to blah blah. Does he turn around and eat him? No,
He takes him out to his location.
Well, fast over a curb.
Yeah.
Which we would do the same thing.
But who knows? The ghost probably got freaked out by the guy yelling in the background. Oh,
Hey, you're scaring me. Why didn't they do that? We should do that.
That's what I'm saying. Well, it's a New York taxi driver as well. If you've ever been to New York, you know some of them do.
Yeah, that's true. The last one is Freddie. You want to talk about that one? Do we have time?
So let me bring up a
We can
point
go
about
over a
let
little
me
bit.
let me bring up a point about Nightmare on Elm Street, because this is one thing that always bugged me.
You have a hair on your face. Will you just?
Yeah, no, your stupid cat's all over.
That's not cat hair. That's blonde hair. Your wife's a brunette. What have you been doing?
My wife is a blonde.
Now, like you were married.
Anyway, so the big thing that bothers me about Nightmare on Elm Street is, all of these throughout the mini movies that encompass the Nightmare on Elm Street series. Why do people keep moving onto this street and letting their children die horrible, horrible deaths?
Freddy Krueger's a ghost. We all agree with that, right?
Yeah.
First of all, that's how this connects.
Yes,
He exists in the dream state, but yes,
spirit.
He's a vengeful spirit.
Yes.
He's pissed off. He's a dick.
But is it because that there's so many gruesome child deaths that the value of the property has gone down so low that families just cannot pass up on such a great deal for a house?
Well, and even that. Well, that
That's
begs
the same thing with Amityville.
Yeah.
Why would you move in the Amityville house?
That begs the question too, though. If you're going ahead and go with that, because I agree. By the way, I'd probably move into Amityville. Calls up right now. Listen, the house is still haunted. There's pig demons or whatever going around. But I want to go ahead.
Demon.
I say I'm gonna go ahead and let you move in for $25,000.
They smoke themselves into fires of perdition.
Why does this room always smell like
Hickory.
jerky? That is something. Anyway, so that is valid. I do think people look for that. But the other thing that I'll actually bring up about Freddy and victims and all that is, if we believe in Freddy, that if you die a violent death and you have certain things, certain vengeful things, you get to come back.
Right.
Where are all the victims? Because if Freddy kills me, I'm going to be pretty mad, pretty vengeful.
Why don't the ghosts come back? Then, that might have been a cool sequel. We haven't really talked about that, but we could have done a sequel where Freddy's victims are coming back as ghosts because they're vengeful ghosts
good point.
out after Freddy.
Well, and I think
That'd be an interesting sequel.
I think there's a
Holy crap, we can't publish this episode because New Line's going to steal it, and there they go.
for $50,000 this year.
$50,000, it's yours. Absolutely.
Wrote to, made out to James Thomas.
What?
These guys don't know. They told me.
Dude?
I said it first. Anyway, no.
I want a little taste. Just a little taste.
But I will say this.
Well, there is one where Freddy's mother comes back. Which one is that?
That's the third one.
Third one.
That's the one. And some people think that's actually the best one.
I agree. Dream Warriors.
That's the best one of all.
Yeah.
Better than Wes Craven's original.
Oh.
So I think it's 1 and then 3 and then the rest are
Okay. Yeah.
diminishing returns.
Yeah.
But I do think that actually begs the question is, I'm trying to think of examples where that's even a theme where the victims get a little bit of the
You please say come back.
comeback. Yeah.
Thank you. You said a little bit of the.
Come?
Yeah.
Why can't you say come on the radio on the internet?
Anyway, so this idea though, because I was thinking about the only thing close to that immediately comes to mind, and maybe it's because I've seen it recently, is Hercules, the Disney Hercules. When doesn't Hades get pulled into the river and the souls that are going kind of tear at him? Obviously it's Disney; they don't tear him apart. But we kind of him being pulled down.
Really? James Woods plays Hades. Yeah.
So I think that's interesting. If we do have all these ghosts and all these people, as we went through, a lot of them are jerks. The poltergeists, even if they're made to do it, why aren't poltergeists having to deal with, hold on, I'm trying to kill these other people. You killed me last week. Well, listen, we'll get to you. You're already dead. You can get back at me in the ghost world, whatever. But if these people are dying violent deaths and meet all these other requirements, why aren't we dealing with Freddy's victims' ghost? Why aren't we dealing with...
I don't think there's an answer to that, and I think we're out of time. What do you all think? We're good?
I think we're good.
New Line, call us.
New Line, call us. Yeah, it's been a pleasure doing episode 2 with you all, and by that I mean this has been an absolute suck fest. I'd rather paper cut my gums and drink
That's because
lemonade.
you don't recognize genius. Chad, you're the genius, right?
Yeah,
Please
basically.
God, let one of us be the genius.
So that being said, we always play a game that Chad said we stole from Tosh.0,
Yes.
Daniel Tosh.
Daniel Tosh.
I did not know we were going to do
I did
that.
not know we were stealing it.
Sorry,
from
Danny
him.
boy. See you in
The
court. No.
pipes are not calling. So it's an audience participation. We did it on the first one. We've actually pre-taped this one before the first one's out. So next episode we'll hopefully do both of the ones. So when you can Twitter us, I'm Joe Lewis at Evil Joe.
What did you call it? You created my Twitter account. Is it at what?
Oh my God! It's Bonehead Chad at Bonehead Chad.
Is Chad Jennings at Bonehead?
No, it's at Bonehead Chad.
Chad Jennings at Bonehead Chad?
No, it's at Bonehead Chad. We'll get Twitter. You don't need your name first on Twitter. That's not how it works.
It'd just be at Evil Joe.
At Evil Joe is you.
Do you think people get pissed off? Because I grabbed that 10 years ago. How many people do you think are... And I never used it
I never
for years.
used it. Now people are saying...
Now everybody... I want... Jeez, if somebody offered me money for that. All right.
I'm at James Thomas _UK.
Yeah. You can also reach us on Facebook, and our Twitter account for Bonehead is...
Bonehead Humor Co.
We also, just to let you know, we're at Scarefest every year. We do moderating at Scarefest. Chad runs the rooms. I moderate Joe at Comic-Con, or I am Joe and I moderate at Comic-Con. That was stupid. Anyway, so please tweet at us, Facebook us, message us. You're going to finish this sentence. So, what is it?
So finish this conspiracy theory.
Right. Pet stores are forcing snakes to breed with bunnies to create ferret-like creatures to infiltrate blank. Once again, pet stores are forcing snakes to breed with bunnies to create ferret-like creatures to infiltrate blank. Go ahead and get that to us, folks. This has been Joe Lewis.
James Thomas.
And me.
And Chad Jennings, because he's a dick, just like the ghost. Thank you so much.
See ya.
We're out of here. Bonehead on the radio. Toodles.